Starlet's Prisma here. It should be pretty clear from my various fan works on social media that I freaking love Johnny Test. Sure, the quality varies each season, the whip crack is infamously overused in the original seasons, minus the first one, and there are a few bad ones amongst them. I'm looking at you, Johnny versus the Tickler. Ew! This series has its awesome moments and has a very special place in my heart that I keep cherishing. Not to mention about the Netflix series making things better in my opinion. It's such a shame Netflix basically cancelled it. Sorry about that, I still haven't forgotten about it. Anyway, as you can read from the title of this video, and also the thumbnail, we're here to talk about Lost Johnny Test media! There may be a small amount of Lost media related to my favorite show, but since I'm such a dedicated fan, I'll do it anyway! Though, before I start listing the Lost goodies, I have to bring up an honorable mention. The Johnny commercial block. It aired between November 10th, 2009 and December 11th of the same year on Cartoon Network, airing one Johnny Bravo episode and one Johnny Test episode. This doesn't really count as Lost Johnny Test media, as this is more of a Johnny Bravo run, since so far only the Johnny Bravo Up Next was found while the other one is still lost. Now with that little mention out of the way, let's dive into the small world of Lost Johnny Test media. The Irish dub of Johnny Test aired from 2005 until 2014 on the channel Kula 4, I'm sorry for butchering so badly, now known as TG4. And, well, that's about it. I couldn't find any information on how many episodes they dubbed, who the voice actors are, or hell, anything apart from the infos we do know. On top of that, the dub is almost completely lost, with only 2 theme songs being the only evidence of its existence. Though one of them is in a different aspect ratio, which I'll get to that later in this video. The Thai dub of Johnny Test aired on several channels like Cartoon Network Thai, Boomerang Thai, and a channel called True Spark. Presumably they dubbed all 6 seasons of the original, but much like the Irish dub, we literally have no idea about the voice cast and how many seasons they really dubbed. Outside of the dubbed intro for seasons 5 to 6 and one full episode, that being JTV from season 2, this dub is only partially found/lost. The Korean dub of the show aired its first 4 seasons on the channel Toonieland back in 2005. Unlike the previous 2 dubs, footage of it can be found a bit more easily, but not that much. Only a couple of episodes have been found and can be seen on YouTube. A Korean YouTuber did upload all known episodes at one point, but when the channel got terminated, they got lost again, but recently only a handful had been re-uploaded. The only other evidence of its existence were a promotional ad and several title cards in Korean found on the Johnny Test wiki. As we all know from season 2 onwards, the show was produced and aired in a 16:9 format to the public. But did you know that season 1 was also produced in widescreen too? However, while they did produce it, not many people had widescreen TVs back in 2005, so they aired the show in the standard 4:3 format. Some promos of the show did contain the 16:9 clips along with the Irish intro that I mentioned before, as well as a press kit containing more clips. However, some of them were just stretched to fit the 16:9 ratio, so unless more can be found, the 16:9 version of its first season remains only partially found. Now it's time for the only lost episode, or at least a concept of it, from Johnny Test. But bear in mind, the following information was made possibly years after the fact, and it could be possible that history has been revised a bit, and the writer who had talked about it may become more distant to the idea as memories change. Some time ago, one of the writers of Johnny Test went to 4chan and talked about a concept he had drafted on the Q&A section. It went on like this. Mary gets tired of being the nice twin after Johnny made fun of her for not having a backbone, and she desired to have a dark edge just like her twin sister. One day, she bumped into the brain freezer, and after a little spat, the two of them realized that they might have a connection and proceeded to commit some small crimes together, with her being his sidekick. Though when it comes to robbing a bank, Mary was hesitant, which resulted in brain freezer doing it himself. At the end of the day, Johnny and Dookie saved the day, Mary confessed her actions to the duo, which Johnny even apologized to her about the comment, and the episode would end with a possible hint of a relationship between Mary and the brain freezer. According to the writer himself, he only wrote the first draft of the episode before scrapping it all together. He also said, "If I had the opportunity to flesh it out more and work on the episode, it would have been better." In my opinion, this episode sounds quite good in concept, with Mary in the spotlight. Though I am honestly not sure about her working with the brain freezer and the possible romance. I don't know. What do you think of this concept? Comment down below. Johnny Test: The Lost Web Series was a short-lived web series made by WildBrain Spark and it aired its first episode, League of Johnnies, on the official Johnny Test YouTube channel on May 2nd, 2020, but mysteriously went private 3 days later. It featured a completely different voice cast than those from the TV series, and it originally consisted of 15 5-minute shorts. And while there are theories of why they deleted any trace of the web series, like maybe they hated the quality or something, the official reason is still unknown as of the writing of this video. Also, as of the writing of this video, only 2 episodes, the aforementioned League of Johnnies, and another episode titled Johnny vs. Boogerman, and several clips from the demo reels can be found on various sites like 4chan. The links can be found in the description box below. And of course, I saved the best for last, and that will be the Johnny Test pitch pilot! Although the series was in development since the 90s, a pitch pilot was produced in 2004, a year before the series got picked up by Kids W. There are multiple differences between the pilot and the final version, namely Dookie's name being originally called Poochie, Flash animation being used instead of a hand-drawn one seen in Season 1, though later seasons switched back to Flash due to cost cutting, and switched again, but this time to Toon Boom Harmony for the Netflix revival. The character design looked quite different, with Bling Bling Boy, originally called Golden Boy, being the biggest of them all, and they used a full American voice cast rather than a Canadian cast in the final version. The only exception of the rule was Johnny's voice actor, James Arnold Taylor, though he was brought back quite late, as there are clips of the series featuring an unnamed voice actor for our Johnny. As of the writing of this video, the pilot is only partially found, with the full version still lost. A few screenshots and a promo featuring a section of the pilot are the only evidence so far. And that's it for all the lost Johnny Test media I can find so far. If there's a piece of lost media I have high hopes of being fully found, it would be the pilot. Though copyright can't be such a tricky obstacle, I gotta give credit to the lost media community for their sheer determination and passion on archiving the pieces from the past. However, there is a possibility of me missing some facts during my research due to a lack of infos or some translation issues. So, if you know anything about those topics more, let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more enchanting content and to make my channel grow. As always, stay radiant and sparkle on!